Welcome everyone to the Drip G Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is host Drip Media Gaming. For this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Once you remember this podcast, say extra podcast content when I post it. Drip, what's up, man? Good to see you. I was laughing during the intro because I'm thinking of how naive we were when we made that AI intro and how things have just exploded nowadays. Like, we could probably make like an AI intro sung by fucking Pavarotti if we wanted to now. Like,
at this point,
yeah.
Maybe we'll revisit that. We'll have Fergie do our.
Yeah. We can have Fergie in the style for 2018 NBA All-Star anthem.
Exactly.
Very famous one. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure. Yep.
Whoa.
No.
If you look up Fergie national anthem and it's like terrible. That was the 2018 NBA All-Star game because I was watching it with my sister and brother-in-law, and I think Abby was there too. We were laughing our asses off because it's like, what is she doing? And then the players started to laugh, and it was it was the whole thing.
Yeah, I remember Steven Tyler did a national anthem like that at one point too from Aerosmith. It was like, whoa, buddy, what are you doing right now? What the hell is that?
I think it's my mom whose saying always rings in my ears when I think about this, because like I think she's the one who told me like the anthem is supposed to be an anthem. It's supposed to be like whatever the word is. It's like there's a cadence to it. It's not a song. It's an anthem, and it's our anthem. And when you sing it, you're not supposed to sing it in your style, your flavor. Like, it's so heavy. Like nowadays, it is more acceptable, obviously, to like put a little personality into it. That's fine. Yeah. But it's still not acceptable to throw singing vocal gymnastics all over it. That's not. We're not here for you, homie. We're here to get the job done for the anthem. And it's your honor to sing it, not your opportunity to become famous. Like that is the difference with it. So anyway. All that weird tangent aside, we're talking about Zelda and the leak from Nate the Hate, our true leak, because he is an actual leaker that is credible and has a real track record that you can follow. And we are going to talk about real, actual physical leaks, not ones that you follow other channels for every week. That is bullshit. So here, let's start though with a quick spoiler-free movie review by yours truly, Drip Media Gaming. You saw the movie this morning. Drip, you saw the movie this morning.
I did.
And before you say anything, I want to say this too. Of course, it's spoiler free, but I have seen some headlines, and I have not seen good headlines. They've all been negative connotation headlines. So what you're about to say, you told me earlier, I'm not that surprised about, because I've seen these negative headlines already.
Yeah. Please, I stayed away from a lot of that. I stayed away from a lot of that until this morning after, because I didn't want to be, I didn't want my opinion tainted on it. But got to be honest, it's not a great movie. It's not as good as the first one. It's all over the place. Like the story in general is very hard to even like follow because there's not really one.
Well, there wasn't last year either, or last movie either.
No, there wasn't, but at least it was a cohesive, like, this is what we're doing, here's where we're going, this is what's happening.
Save the
right. And it's like all the nostalgia stuff was there, but then like around that, there's like, okay, we have a middle, beginning, end of this story. And you have that with this, but it's like, it's just really poorly done. Like, you can tell they really wanted to do a lot and tried to do way too much. Way too much. They tried to shove so much stuff into this movie, because it wasn't even just like galaxy stuff. It's like all across Mario's, they tried to just jam all this stuff in there. And it's like, some of it worked, some of it didn't. There were points where, I mean, obviously, I had a good time with it. I'm not going to sit here and say like I hated it. I did not hate it. I still walked out of the theater like, yeah, I mean, it was fine. But most of that is just the nostalgia stuff. Like, kind of from the last one, the little sound effects or the music, or like a
Easter
character that you see in the
background.
Little things. Like, it's the same song and dance from that. But this one's just not as good. Not as good at all. Man, I don't know. It just felt like it never got going. Like, it felt like the whole time we were in this movie, it was like the beginning of it, and you're kind of waiting for it to ramp up and things to happen, but then it's like that part where it's ramped up is just not. It's I don't know. It's not great. It's not a great movie. Nostalgia, Nintendo stuff, all over the place. Amazing. That part of it, like if you're worried about like your kids enjoying it, your kids are going to enjoy it. If your kids play Mario Kart, if your kids play Mario, if your kids like anything that has to do with Nintendo, they're going to love it. And if that's what you're going into it for, you're going to love it too. You'll love it too. It is worth seeing. Yes, it's worth seeing. And I can tell you right now, my theater at 11 o'clock this morning was packed. Packed.
Was it mostly kids? Was it mostly kids or
no?
I'm curious.
Adults.
I was gonna say because that early in the morning during the week, I was like,
kids are in school.
I know they're in school. That's why I was wondering if kids were taken out of school to see the movie, or it was the Disney adults, the Nintendo adults. So I guess
that's who it was. It was adults. It was adults. It was full though. This movie's gonna make $1 billion. Easy. Very easy.
I mean, this
one will.
We've already pre-ordered our movie tickets. Obviously, we're going Friday. We'll see that thing, and then I'm going to the AMC Dolby Vision because I had such a good experience at it that I don't think I can ever go back to a normal movie experience. The Dolby, specifically the theater that we went to, that theater, because I've been to Dolby Experience at 2 different theaters, and it was vastly different.
That was just a very good. It was probably a newer one.
That Dolby theater at the one we go to.
Is it the XL at the AMC? Is it XL? They have the Dolby XL that are they're like crazy big.
I don't know if it's the Dolby XL.
Format.
I know it's just the Dolby theater. I know that. I don't know if it's XL. But I just had such a good experience. The chairs rumbled because it like I don't know if it's the subwoofer or both, but I think the chairs were intentionally rumbling. Like it's a part of the show, like almost like a Disney ride, where like the chairs were literally rumbling, and it was kind of crazy. And it was, but that's besides that, it was just the picture was amazing, the sound was amazing. Just can't go back to a normal experience after that. The special movies to me are I'm going to go see there. And this one, I consider that. I also pre-ordered last night the steel case for this movie because I collect Nintendo things at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be buying the movie digitally. I will buy the movie digitally because I only do digital. But like, I want to have it. I'll watch it again, but it's not because I'm like, oh, this is a great movie. It's because it's nostalgia. Yoshi was cool. I cannot believe Donald Glover's playing that
fucking
character,
Glover
like,
is the voice.
Especially once you see the movie, you're gonna be like, why? Like, what the fuck? Why? But
it makes me want to see it more. I want to go back and watch.
He does a good job. I'll give you that. He does a great job.
I'm gonna go back and watch our reactions to the first movie that we did a pseudo review on, a spoiler-free review. I think I was upset. I think I went through a wave of being upset that there wasn't a good story to then accepting that like that's just because like it's Mario, man. There's no story in the games. That's just not what they do. So I got over that.
Fine with it.
And eventually
I was fine with the last movie.
And eventually I got there. Me too. Eventually I got there.
This is not that. This is not that. This is many levels below what the last one was as far as like actual plot and what's happening.
I have to be honest.
It's not paced well at all.
We'll see what happens when I go to see it. But I see very few scenarios where I watch the movie and then I'm disappointed. I can almost, there's very few. Maybe there's like one in my mind right now. I'll keep to myself for now. But like, there's very few things, even if it's like the pacing can be bad. For me, I just want it to taste like candy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need this thing to taste like a gourmet meal. I don't even need this thing to taste like, excellent. I just want it to be sweet like candy, sugar flavored movie.
And it is. What you just have to pick around the spots that taste like broccoli to get to the cool candy parts. That's what this is.
And some people like broccoli and candy drip. Some people mix that
stuff.
I
mean, to each their own. Don't let me yuck your yum. I'm not trying to do that. But the last thing I'll say, and I'm going to talk about the Star Fox thing here really quickly. So if you don't want to hear about that, just turn the volume down for a minute. I'm not going to go into spoilers about anything, but I do want to talk about Fox in the movie. That was my favorite part. By far, Fox McCloud was my favorite part. The character, the way that they present him is amazing. He's great. He is like, dude, it is perfect. And that is the part, that's probably the only part in the movie where I laughed out loud, where he's like doing a little bit of dialogue about his own like backstory and why he's there. Like that's not a spoiler. You'll get into all that, but like I laughed out loud at that, and just his character in general and the way he interacts with the other ones, it's perfect. He was a way bigger part of the movie than I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be a quick little here and there. He was in way more of the movie than I thought. He was great. They are clearly opening this up like they're doing with Donkey Kong. Like they are making sure that their movies are gonna go, and this is clearly how they're doing. They're just adding these characters into other movies to present them and then let them do their own thing.
Yeah.
So he was great though. If they make a Star Fox movie, holy shit, it will be great. It will be.
Well, we
amazing.
are gonna talk about this again in the future. I don't know about the regular show, but Drip, we should absolutely, as soon as we can, if not next week, because I know next week is kind of crazy for us.
Yeah, once you see it
later week, once I see it, we should do a movie spoiler review for members only. So if you guys are not a member, please to member up, and we will do that for sure. There's also more members content coming very soon. Now it's been a while since we posted anything over there, but I promise that Hero and I have already had something planned. Drip, you're not invited. This is a Hero and me argument / discussion about
I don't want to be there anyway.
About Zelda and Raru. He's been bothering me about this for so long, and I was like, this would be a good conversation. I told him put 10 Zelda hot takes down. Give me 10 of your best, hottest Zelda takes that you think, because he always has the dumbest shit to say about Zelda. And I'm like, give me your 10 dumbest stuff about Zelda, your hottest takes, and we will discuss this on a members podcast. So that's coming soon too. He's already got his 10 takes. So we're going to do that. It's probably not going to be next week, but that'll be later on. We're for sure going to do that. Thank you. And I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick because there are a couple things to thank. People thank. Joey Pitts, thank you very much for your $1.99. Appreciate you, man. Does Star Fox screen time help get him a game? We're talking about that in a second. So you just stick right there, Joey. We're talking about that in 1 second. Thank you for your $1.99. And Jim just membered up at the iced tea level. Thank you very much, and we appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
You just accessed. You have now had access to a bunch of old content we've already done. There's a ton of it for members content. Nothing very recently, but we, like I just said, we got a couple things planned for the pipeline. So thank you very much, Jim, for $1.99, or actually it's 99 cents a month. It's as much as the Arizona iced tea still costs, by the way. Still does. Kind of crazy. They still
big
charge
tall can.
The big tall can.
Yeah, too. I'm sorry, dude. That watermelon, dude. That shit's fire. So good. So good. Thank you.
Awesome.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you, man. Okay. So.
Yes.
Speaking
of Star Fox.
Speaking of Star Fox, as soon as it was like the day after our show ended.
Wait, time out. We're gonna stop really quick because Jim just upgraded to the Dream Team VIP. Thank you so much. Appreciate you so much.
There we go. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate you a ton, dude. Okay. So. Star Fox movie poster dropped like the day after we did our show last week.
Yes.
It was like Thursday. Maybe even Wednesday evening. I'm not sure. But that movie poster dropped, and Nintendo spoiled the movie for all of us. And that's kind of upsetting to me. I'm a little bit upset about that because I would have rather them not shown us.
I can tell you, yeah.
And I don't want you to say anything
right now. I'm not going to. If they wouldn't have shown us that in this movie, holy shit. Like,
yeah,
it would have been insane. It would have been crazy. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say that. And please don't even hint at anything. I don't want to be spoiled in any way, whether it's negative or positive. But like, my first thought was, well, damn, there's gonna be more characters. It can't just be Fox. There's gonna be more like they're not gonna just do that, right? They're not gonna just drop Fox and not bring other characters from other universes in, because why else would they do such a stupid thing? And I'll tell you guys next week when we do our members pod if I think that they had a stupid mistake. But as of right now, I can't tell you one way or the other because I've never seen the movie. But I have a feeling that they did a really stupid thing, and they're going to regret it because people are going to be upset about it. And that being, again, that they dropped Fox early, and then there's nothing else following it. They just want to sell some tickets. And that would be really, really disappointing if that was what happened. And they just want to sell more tickets.
Which is weird because, like, first off, it's Star Fox.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Nobody gives a shit about Star Fox. I do.
Right.
But nobody else. Like, there's barely anybody who cares about Star Fox. And yeah, I mean, again, like, if that would have been like where it comes up in the movie, knowing that he's in the movie, I was like, oh yeah, here we go. Okay, this is about to happen. If I would not have known, it would have been such a surprise. Like, holy shit. Like,
who was expecting that? Nobody
Dude,
was
and
expecting.
I can tell you, and the way that he's brought into it would have been like, oh my god, like what? It would have been such a surprise. Yeah, they ruined it, man. They ruined it. It would have been really good if it was kept under the wraps at least for like a week, just like a week.
Well, and again, guys, just a reminder, we're going to get to the Zelda stuff in a minute. I know it's like our title thumbnail for the episode, but we're going to continue with this for a couple minutes here. There was a article that came out weeks or months ago. Did you see this? Where someone was like, "Is this Star Fox leg in the movie poster?"
Yeah.
And like, whoever it was, I don't know who it was. I can't give credit because I don't remember. But I was like, they nailed it. Like they nailed it. Like
because it is him.
They saw Star Fox's leg,
him. Yes,
and they were like, "Is this Star Fox's leg?" There's a whole article on it, and it turns out it was. It literally, because here he is. We see the thing. Somebody nailed that. Speaking of knowing things earlier than they should, going off of Star Fox, we had a massive leak that now seems even more credible because I think the poster came out and then the podcast came out, but the podcast was recorded before the poster came out. They recorded their podcast days or weeks, I'm not sure how long, before the poster came out. So they didn't even talk about it, the poster, in their show, which is kind of a giveaway that they didn't even know. Because of course, but they did post it after the poster came out. So I'm referring to Nate the Hate. So when we talked about on this show before being credible, but disappointing.
We believe him now. Yes, I believe him fully on all things at this point until I am shown that I cannot.
I trust him the most. I trust him the most, and I think I'm about 75% on the Nate the Hate train, which is the most of anybody. So I'm not 100% there though. He can't just say something and I go, that's fact. He can't. And honestly, I don't think he says things and thinks it's fact either. So I don't think you should either. Like he doesn't.
He says stuff. That whole podcast.
Hold on, Drip.
He didn't say I think. He said this is what's happening.
Yeah, but what did he say about Wind Waker Twilight Princess? You can get things wrong when you have information. It's not up to him whether he's right or wrong.
That wasn't him though, was it? That was
yes.
What's his name? It was somebody else. No, it wasn't him. Maybe he may have said something about. I have to go back and look, but I know it wasn't him.
The point though with this leak stuff is that they can't be 100% right even when they are. Because they're only as good as the information they got, and that information could have been compromised or changed or both. So it's not up to them whether they're right or wrong anyway. It's just a matter of
depending,
how credible.
Depending on who's telling you the stuff. Yeah.
I mean, they could also choose not to publicize information. I'm sure Nate is not publicized information that ended up being false because he wasn't sure, he couldn't vet it 100%. So I mean, I'm sure he's a good journalist in that sense, a good whatever you call that.
He seems to be, yeah.
Insider.
He seems to be.
Anyway. A big leak by Nate. He had a whole podcast drop, and I did listen to it on speed dial, or not speed dial, whatever. Fast forward, just to get the information in there. And I'm sorry, I got the belches right now from this bureau. Hold on. I got the indigestion and belches all of a sudden. He talks about a few things, and we're going to start off with the Star Fox thing because that seems the most relevant because this movie poster dropped at like the same time, and it really just adds like serious credibility to his leak. And that is that apparently he knows from his sources from or around Nintendo that there's going to be this summer, in like a few months,
yes, like in the next few months,
a Star Fox game, a new Star Fox game drops for Switch 2.
Dude, I am so excited about that. Do you remember how excited I was when Star Fox 64 came to the online stuff?
Yes.
So excited. I'm in the top 100
you set a record.
Speedrunners. Hey, no big deal. No big deal. It's fine.
Are you still on the top 100? Have you checked that recently?
I'm sure. I could get on there right now and probably improve my standing.
Well, do it in a minute. Don't you finish your thought first.
Yeah. I'm so excited about a new Star Fox game. I know a lot of people hated it, but I still wanted them to port over Star Fox Zero from the Wii U, just so there was one on the Switch, but they never did. Dude, I like Star Fox. That on-rails shooter, like, I really, really enjoy that. And from what it sounds like, this is going to be a traditional style Star Fox game. And I'm also hearing, I guess, I don't know if Nate said this or if I heard it from other people, but supposedly, and I do believe this because we see it kind of with Donkey Kong already, the movie version and the new design of Donkey Kong kind of are a little bit closer than what the old design was. Supposedly, they're going to take the movie version of Star Fox, and that is what the new game version of Star Fox is going to be based on. And I will say that movie poster does not do him justice. He looks fucking awesome.
I think he looks awesome. In the movie poster.
He looks way cooler. He is way cooler in the movie, like way cooler. So if they do that, if that's the Fox we get, oh my god, dude, I mean, my god, they could have. Never mind, we're not gonna get to that.
Yeah,
That's
don't.
But yeah, the Star Fox thing, I'm really, really excited about. I want a new Star Fox game. I like the fact that it is going to be a somewhat traditional on-rail shooter Star Fox game with different paths depending on what you do in the level. I love that, man. I love that. Because the games aren't hard. They're not hard to beat, but the replayability's there because you can go back in that first level or whatever it is and find something else and take a completely different path. You know what I mean? Like, those types of games to me are like the only types that I'm like, I'll play this again right after I beat it, just to go try to take another path around and do different planets this time. But I mean, I'm excited. They did fuck up Star Fox Zero. They did.
They fucked up the Wii U, so I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit it. It's not the best Star Fox game. I don't know. I just want them to make a Star Fox game that is traditional on-rail shooter, but it doesn't even have to have like the Zelda Breath of the Wild treatment. But don't go safe. Don't give me just another version of Star Fox 64. I don't want that. I want that at its core, but I want more. I want more. And the fact that we've waited this long for a new game, I really, really hope they're going to do that.
So I'm not a huge Star Fox fan in terms of the games. I never really have been. I do like shoot 'em up games, and I think they kind of have some similarities gameplay wise. So I'm not at all opposed to a new Star Fox game. But I'll say this too. One of the things that I wanted from this era from Nintendo, this new Switch 2 era, is, you know, they did a great job porting over old games to Switch, especially the Wii U games, but also old games. They did a great job with that. That was like what they would do. That defines the Switch era, is porting over old games, being able to play just about every Nintendo game ever created in some form or fashion on the Switch 1. That's how Switch 1's defined. What I want the Switch 2's era to be defined as is as such. I want it to be defined as reviving the dead series that they have just let go to the wayside.
There's a lot.
And there's a lot. And not only revive them, but like make them thrive. I think Donkey Kong is a good example of that already. I wouldn't call it a dead series, but certainly 3D Donkey Kong has been put out for decades.
There's only been one other one on 64, and it was
that does kind of fall in line with that.
Lots of people love that.
It does kind of fall in line with that, and they started with that game basically. It was basically a launch game. So like already that can become true, and now with the Star Fox game, I think that it can. And I'm saying I wanted this before we knew about Donkey Kong 2. I'm just like I'm like, man, give us these old franchises that are just dead. Like, what are you doing with these IPs? Do something with them.
Yeah, I mean, Star Fox has always been one, that I'm like, give me that. Like, I want that. I'm gonna have a Star Fox game every year.
I want a new F. And another thing, one of the games in my mind was like, I thought this would be a launch game. I'm like, what if they do a brand new F-Zero game?
Just like give it. That's been rumored for such a long time too. I mean, I feel like that's another one of those that's like done somewhere, or that was
probably
like Donkey
at least the
Kong,
concept
Mario
is
Kart.
done.
Like the Switch 1 version wasn't running, and they were like, okay, we'll move this to Switch 2, and we're going to make sure it's launched. Nowhere near Mario Kart. Years later. So I mean, you know what I mean?
Oh wait, Kirby Air Riders is another example. It's been decades since the last Kirby.
Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about this until right now. They've already actually started doing that. They just hadn't been games I've been super like. Donkey Kong I was happy about, but Kirby Air Riders ended up being kind of a dud for me. Never even bought it because the demo was.
I didn't buy it either. It looks cool, man. Like
if the demo didn't come out, I would have bought the game. The demo kind of unsold the game.
Like I'm sorry, I don't need to get that far into a race. I don't need to get that deep into a racing game. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Yeah. But the Star Fox one has serious potential. And it sounds like from what you're saying about the movie, even more so because of how awesome
how they're pushing. You can see they're pushing him. They're pushing him. Like, you can see it. Like, I think, honestly, the fact that, like, as much screen time as he got, I think it would be absolutely insane for them to not have a Star Fox movie coming out within the next, 3 to 4 years. You'd have to. Like, you have to.
Well, a movie, but a game is apparently earlier on the horizon, like we just said.
And that's and it is. But I mean, it's clearly. I feel like these two things are at this point with Nintendo, they're not a gaming company anymore. They are an entertainment company. And so, I mean, we got the movie coming out, the Mario movie. We got the big DLC for Mario Wonder, last week, movie this week.
Yep.
They're clearly putting these things together so they can kind of co-market each other, and one kind of helps out the other one. They're entertainment now. They're not
I saw a
putting
post
Star
this morning, Drip.
Fox.
I saw a post this morning that there was a Nintendo Switch 2 kiosk at someone's movie theater. Which
That's
is
possible.
It was real. I saw it. It was a movie theater.
Dude, they had, I will say, like, my AMC had it pretty Mario decked out this morning. It was more so than you would normally see. That's for sure.
This is great for us, man. As Nintendo content creators, Nintendo
great.
Growing is great for us personally, for our business.
It is.
But also it's good for the fans of Nintendo who just like live and breathe this stuff. And it's really exciting times right now to be a Nintendo fan.
It is.
And you know, while we live in real life turmoil, it is nice to have this distraction from time to time, these video game distractions for us. So,
but I mean, like the Star Fox thing, like my point with all that is, they didn't put him in this movie for no reason. Like, obviously, yes, the game coming now that we know, like, that's why. That's why now's the timing is there. It's not why they're making the game because he's in the movie. They have him in the movie, and now they're like, okay, this is our time to kind of side by side market these two things at the same time. We got you thinking about him. Here's the game. And then they're like, okay, here's the game. Now, here's the movie.
Yeah.
Like, this is a cycle that they're doing now, and it's fine. I'm totally cool with it. Like you said, if it brings back the old franchises and some of the stuff that they have dead, like, cool. I mean, it's awesome. I don't know. I'm pumped about it either way. The Star Fox stuff is massive for me. Like, the next part of this leak is obviously way bigger for most people, but for me, like, Star Fox is just barely under it. Like, I'm so pumped about a new Star Fox, man. Like, so excited.
Yeah, actually, I was about to move on to something, or not move on, but I was going to move on to Zelda. Two things before we move on to Zelda. There's one thing. First thing, what's in my hand right now? I didn't tell you about this. I went to McDonald's the other day because I heard.
Got you one of them Happy Meal toys.
Because I heard that they had the Happy Meal toys. So I got two of them. Abby and I got our own little Happy Meals. Here is the Mario Happy Meal toy. He is adorable. Right there. If you're watching the show, you can be able to see this. Sorry, audio people, you're not able to see this. And here is the Luigi. We just happened to get Mario and Luigi in our Happy Meals. So I kind of wanted Toad and Yoshi, but we got Mario and Luigi, and I'm not that upset about it. I think they actually are very cute. Just I want to share that with you guys that for $5 and what was it, 20 cents for a Happy Meal for each, we got ourselves a burger, fries, a drink, and a toy that I can put on my shelf. So that's fun.
I didn't talk about Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. was a great part of the movie.
Oh yeah. Benny Safdie is his name.
Yeah, he was good.
It seems like he did a great job.
Bowser Jr. Yeah, evil little motherfucker. My God, he's evil.
Did you watch him in Happy Gilmore? Hey, that guy. Listen, that guy's got acting chops. He's got good acting chops.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. He's a very convincing evil Bowser Jr. for sure.
Yeah. I can't wait to see this movie.
Yeah.
And then one more thing before we move on to this other stuff. We have a comment here from Jim Bear or Jim Berlanger, but we'll call him Jim because not Jim Bear. His name is Jim. Currently the most affordable mains. Yeah, I know. Currently the gaming board, right? Currently the most affordable mainstream gaming device. And that's actually, this is not in our plans. We're not going to go on this very long. But I think you guys, unless you've been living under a rock, you may have heard that PlayStation now has raised their prices as of tomorrow, as of recording today, tomorrow, Thursday, April 2nd. The PS5 lineup across the board has been raised up by 100 or 150 bucks, depends on which model. So the digital version is now 600. The disc version is
digital 600. All right, well, listen, everybody. If y'all want a digital version, I got a OG for sale. $500. It's in mint condition. Hit me up on Discord. We'll talk.
Yeah. The disc version is $650 to match the Xbox Series X now. And are you sitting down for this, Drip? If you're driving, you might want to pull over. The PS5 Pro is now with by the way, this is without a disc drive and before tax. Okay, without a disc drive and before tax, the PS5 Pro now costs $900.
I can't even. Like,
if you want a disc drive, $80 on top of that for a disc drive. So
you're talking a G for a PlayStation.
You're talking a G, American dollars for a PlayStation. Canadian dollars, that's probably like $1,500.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Like,
yeah. Listen, I will tell you this right now. I can tell you this for sure. If you want a Switch 2 and you have not bought one, you better fucking hurry up.
Buy it now. And
because they're going up now. Because now they have room to go up now. Now it's not even like a crazy thing. Even if they go up $50 and it's $550 or, you know, $600, it's not even that crazy. Well, they're $449 without the game. So if they go up to $550, $100 more. That's not going to be that crazy compared to whatever else is out there. That's nuts.
If you are somebody,
get a Switch 2 if you want one. Do it quick.
People listening to the show are these people as well. But if you are somebody who hasn't bought one yet and is planning on buying one, or you just plan on playing new Nintendo games for the next 3 to 5 years at least, you better buy one right now. And this is not fear-mongering. This is not pressure because I think my shiny toy is cooler than your shiny toy. It's that literally at any moment, we could have an announcement at any day now.
Yeah, get it cheap
that they're going to. It's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
And I'm telling you,
remember earlier in the year when we did our shows?
I'm still sticking to my June, July, August area of them raising this price.
You might end up being spot on about that. Because remember, I was going to say, reference our earlier shows from earlier in the year. I was saying how I don't think it was going to be this year, but I reserve the right to change anything because anything could happen at any time. So like this PS5 move is that thing that's like, oh, that's a move that Nintendo's going to look at right now and go, your Switch 2 now costs $500 or worse. Who knows? So yeah, that's crazy. My friend, actually, we were talking about this in my Discord. My friend said who's on a fence for a PS5, and we were like, dude, get off the fucking fence right now. Either decide you're never buying one or buy one now.
Yeah.
And he decided to buy one
mine
now.
For $500.
He bought it now. He went to Best Buy, got himself a $550 PlayStation disc drive version, and he's like, I made money today because of now his PlayStation is, worth more money as of now. So you literally are buying an appreciating asset at this point if you buy one today and sell it tomorrow. From a retailer, at least. The private sales are already up big time. But yeah, this is crazy. And I'm looking at you, sister. I know sister and brother-in-law at home. I know you guys are all, not on the fence. You just are, I know you're going to play Nintendo games in the future. I don't know why you haven't bought one yet. Are you just going to like light more money on fire when they raise the price? Like, just go buy one.
It's time. Yeah.
It's time.
It's
no, gone are the days for slim versions or light versions of consoles that come out with the cheaper or even discounts later for the main models. It doesn't exist.
You know what? Let's, before we get into the Zelda stuff, let's take this to another area really quickly because the same type of thing. Something that we talked about last week, I want to touch on very quickly, and it kind of goes into this, like you're saying, these slim versions, this, that, and the other, whatever. We talked about last week about the game prices, and it looks like they are going to be just lowering the digital prices. You're not going to go 80, you could interpret 70.
That way.
It looks like
you could interpret it.
It looks like it's going to be 70, 60. Now we'll see. We will have to wait and see exactly how that works out. But let me just present this to you very quickly and give me your opinion on it, and we can move on. If that is the case, and we're looking at digital games, we're going to bump them back down to 60 for you. Physical, you're paying 70. Does that not put a little bit more emphasis on the fact that we may see an all digital version of whatever the revision of the Switch is? I feel like that's where Nintendo's trying to push this. The ones that were like the holdouts on the physical cartridge, this, that, I feel like they are now the ones like, we're going to kind of force you digital. And I think an all digital cheaper version of the Switch 2, whenever they do the refresh, would be that next we're not telling you you have to, but we're telling you you have to.
This is such a deeper conversation that I love, and I do want to have this conversation. I don't think now is the time for it, though.
It's not.
But
I just want to get your opinion
we should do
that.
a whole show on Switch 2 potential revision variations
next week. We're gonna do that, actually.
Because OLED, OLED screen is a thing that can happen at any time when they announce it.
The Pro, the
Pro version they could do.
An all digital version.
An all digital. Yeah, I mean, there's literally so many scenarios we could go over.
And who knows? Maybe the Lite is the one that's the all digital. That's how they save the money. They're like, yeah, we'll give you a bigger screen on it. We'll give you like all this better stuff, but it's just digital.
And it's certainly a conversation for another episode. But for now, we will not have that, and we're going to move on to what I think you and I are really excited about, and we've already talked about previously, but now we have almost confirmation that the best game of all time, according to you, people who made it that way via I always forget their name, who rate the games, who the people who rate the games, people who rate the company, people who rate the games. It's on the tip of my tongue. Metacritic. Thank you for helping me so much with that. Metacritic. Okay, I've ruined my big hype. Are you good over there? Ocarina of Time is apparently getting, according to Nate, a full remaster, and it's coming out this holiday season, which means also, 2 in 1 here, Mario is not coming this year.
Right. Yeah. That's the other side of this coin that and I mean, they did talk
by the way,
about
the safest take the safest take of all time, by the way. It's like the safest take. Mario's not coming this year. I mean, it's so safe.
And I think earlier, even like a month ago, 2 months ago, you and I were talking it's possible. Like they could do it. They definitely could. It could be a Mario and a Zelda year. Especially if it's like we were talking about, if it is Ocarina of Time, that's not a new Zelda game. So a Mario game could go right with it. But the fact that now we're talking about it's not a HD version of the 3DS game. It's not an up-resed, retextured version of the original game. It looks like it's going to be a full remake from the ground up all the way. I know a lot of people don't agree, but I'm going to go ahead and say it, and I think it's true. A full remake of what is considered to be the best game of all time is a system seller. That's a holiday game for sure. You do need to get Mario out of the way of that. If it is in the context that we think it is, if it is the full remake, crazy, awesome thing that we've wanted, if it is that, because that's been our worry. We've talked about this. What if it's just the 3DS version ported over, and it's 4K? That's gonna suck. But it sounds like that's not what this is. This is way, way bigger in scope. And then now there's been other people coming out saying that they've heard this and reposting their own tweets, just retweeting their own tweets from a year ago saying, yeah, this is real and it's got a big budget, which doesn't mean necessarily that it's from the ground up that it's got a big budget. But I mean, it points towards lots of time and energy going into this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm going to take this in the direction you just said earlier about the system selling aspect.
Yeah.
So we just had a game come out not weeks ago, a month ago, Pokopia, which you haven't really, I don't think you've talked about on the show very much because that's when you've been in and out.
I still haven't bought it. Yep.
That is a system selling game. And not because I'm saying that because it's Pokemon, because there's proof. Go to your game store right now and tell me how many Switches they got.
Mine are back now. I did check the other day, but when we talked about this last week, gone. None. Yeah, they have restocked, but
since Pokopia came out, all my stores have been out of stock in store. I have not checked recently. I've not checked in the past week, so maybe I will at some point. I'll let you guys know, but that's literally a system seller, and I don't think it's this. I don't think Ocarina of Time is going to be a system seller, and when I say that, I mean I don't think it's going to make Switches go out of stock temporarily, like Pokopia, for example. I don't think that. But it is going to drive people who are already going to buy one, who are on the fence. It will drive them to buy one. Because Pokopia is not necessarily that game. But people are like, I'm totally fine with my Switch one. It's cool, man. I don't need. I'm happy just playing my cozy games, my Animal Crossings, etc. We're good. I don't need more frames. And then they saw Pokopia and went, shit. My life changed. Go buy one right now. That's not this game. This is not Ocarina of Time. But that does not mean it's not going to be bringing. It's not. It doesn't mean in a different way. But I don't think it's the same thing.
This isn't oh my god, everyone's loving this game. I see what it is now. I got to get on this. I want on this system seller. This is for all the people who haven't bought one. Your Zelda fans who are like, there's no Zelda on it. Like, I don't care about 60 frames Breath of the Wild. I don't give a shit about that. Like, there's no Zelda on it. I'll wait. This is a system seller in the fact that you announced this game, and those people who have been sitting around like, meh, maybe we'll see. They're gonna, oh, yep, that's it. Yep.
Long-time Nintendo fans
holy shit.
Long-time Nintendo fans who have had,
those people, it's still
had a light wallet recently, and it's like, man, my wallet's already light as it is. Like, I don't know if I can just shell this money. I'm happy with my Switch 2 OLED or my Switch 1 OLED. They go, wait, all right, now is the time. We pull the trigger now because this makes my hype level go up. You're kind of ready. It's a different audience for sure, but I think the Pokopia one. I don't think the Pokopia one has an audience. I think it's anybody who likes that type of game. Whereas the Zelda ones is very specifically.
Nobody really knew what Pokopia was going to be like that. Nobody knew it was going to be as good as it is and as accessible as it is to everyone. Like, it seems to be universally liked by everyone. Yeah, I don't know yet because I haven't played it, but from what I hear, across the board, everyone loves it. So, in that way, that's kind of like the Animal Crossing New Horizons thing. It was like, yeah, Animal Crossing is coming out, everyone's excited about it, but it's like, but I mean, close to launch of Animal Crossing, I was like, I think I told you too. I was like, I'm in. Like, this is cool. I don't play Animal Crossing, but I feel like I want to get into this. And my God, did I ever? I mean, pandemic, but
right.
Still,
and
even
so
without that, I would have still been into it. You know what I mean? Like that helped for sure. Yeah. I feel like this is kind of one of those things. It's like it was just a sleeper system seller we didn't see really doing what it's doing right now. I feel like Ocarina of Time is that more traditional like announcement, and within that window of it being announced and when it's out, you are going to see system sales go up because there's people who are on the fence, Zelda fans, the nostalgia people who are just, who've played the game. I mean, that I can tell you this right now. You've met my older brother. Ocarina, he's not a gamer at all. He's a gym guy, bald head, lifting weights. Yeah. You and him both in the bald head club.
What you saying about me?
Okay. Anyway, he's like, he likes things that I don't like, but I can tell you this. If I told him that Ocarina of Time was being completely remade and 4K and put out on the Switch 2, I believe that would actually make him think about buying one.
I you know what? And I didn't even think about this. I just remembered the same buddy who went out and bought a PS5 the other day, the same guy I was telling you about. He also said something in our private Discord as well. He was like, yo, did you hear about this Zelda Ocarina of Time coming to Switch 2 and the special edition Switch 2, which we're going to get to in a second? Yes. Who said that? Somebody in the chat.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. But he was like, did you hear about that? I'm buying that. He has not bought a Nintendo console since the 64. He said
that motherfucker's going to be like $700.
He my friend was like, he didn't say that, but I know him, and he said that told me before. He's like, I haven't bought a Nintendo console since like the 64 or maybe it was the GameCube or something. Long time. He's like, the fact that he's just said out of nowhere to me, did you hear about this rumor? I'm buying that.
Yeah.
Is like tells you as well that maybe I'm a little bit wrong about this. Maybe it is closer to a system seller than I think. Because your brother's saying that, and that makes a lot of sense why you would think that's a system seller. My buddy's saying that. Makes a lot of sense too. I mean, he's a gamer. He's a huge gamer. We play Fortnite all the time, and he plays other games too. Just bought a PS5, but he is not somebody who's played Nintendo games for years. So the fact that he's like this one rumor is going around. He's like, I'm buying that.
Same as like my stepdad. He's a gamer, but at this point he plays games on his tablet. He's getting older, He's got his little glasses on. He's like playing little games on his tablet,
like Papa Geeb a little bit,
Yeah, a little bit. So, I believe, like, dude, I made a video about this long ago, like in the beginning of my channel, like just like my memories of Zelda and stuff. And like my stepdad and my older brother were the two playing Zelda when I was young. Like, we're talking like Super Nintendo days when they're playing like I'm sorry, not Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past. And I was a little too small to really grasp everything that's going on and try to play through that game by myself at that time. But, 1998, 64, Ocarina of Time, I was there for it, man. I was there. I was prime age for it. I just got my 64, like, for me and my brother, man. We were those kids like you see on the internet, kids freaking out when they're like unwrapping a console. That was us running around. That was crazy. But
yeah,
that was 96. So 98, we got Ocarina of Time. I played it. My older brother played it. My stepdad played. We all three were playing it at the same time in that house, like talking about like where we were at, what we like. It was like that's all we talked about. He would buy a Switch 2 for this. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
And I think the price, the price increase for Nintendo and the announcement of that console and release of the special edition Switch 2, which we're going to get to in just a second, could all come hand in hand. I think. Like you made a joke earlier about that thing's going to cost $700.
It actually might. If they put the game with it.
If they put the game with it,
what, $650, $600?
No. I mean, the
600
Switch 2,
with the game.
The Switch 2 is $450. If Nintendo raises the Switch 2 by $150, they're shooting themselves in the foot.
No, they'll raise it by $100 and then add the game in for $50. So it'll be
they can't do
$550 is the base price.
They cannot
and then they'll say $600 with game.
$100. That is a 20% increase in price. That we're not talking about a price increase. We're talking about a massive price. 20% of what it already costs.
Yeah, but dude, everybody else
that's what Xbox does. That's what Sony does. They can't do that because then they are just as bad as them. People already think they're just as bad as them.
Nintendo's worse than them.
Oh, in a normal situation, yes, but recently, no. Recently, Xbox and Sony.
Yes, they have, just not in this exact space. They will. You watch.
They will.
$100 increase,
but like $100.
Because they haven't done one. Everybody else has done like two or
but
three.
they have though. But they've done one, and they've done little things to make the prices more expensive for us because it saves them money. We talked about this last week. Like if they're saving money, that's us spending more money. Even though we're not actually spending more money, we're spending the same money, but they're saving money, which means it's effectively the same thing. We could have been saving more money.
It works out for them, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, let's talk about the special edition Zelda because I don't want to get too upset talking about the bad things because I am somebody who's gonna make myself find a way to buy this thing. I don't know if I gotta sell one of my.
I've already justified it.
I'm sure you have. I've got my reshelved Switch too. If hopefully somebody pays more for that as opposed to less.
You wanna know how I've justified it for myself?
My
youngest is like always trying to get on my Switch too because she wants to play the new Mario Kart and she wants to play the games that she can't get on her Switch Lite.
Right.
And like she has birthday money, like $350. Just still, I'm like, dude, I will give you the extra $100. Use your money and buy a Switch too. And she won't. She's like, I'm not doing it. I gotta spend it all my money. I'm like, you're just sitting here hoarding the money, not doing like you're a kid. Buy it. Just do it. I'll give you the
actually, you should force her as a father because that you're teaching her about money and appreciating assets. Because she should buy that now, and then she's gonna make money selling it later.
I'm just gonna be like, listen. When that new one comes out, I'm gonna give you a deal. I'm gonna sell you my Switch 2 for your $350, and I'll take your $350 and put it towards my new one. That's probably
you're gonna do that to your daughter. You're gonna do that to your daughter.
No, but I'll give her my old one. That'll justify me having to get a new one at least.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'll find a way to buy a Zelda Switch 2.
I'm not gonna take her money. I'll let her keep the money. I'll be like, buy a game, buy a good game.
I might not. I don't know, man. I have your Zelda Switch Lite OLED, with the only one of its kind, really. There's very few out there of the Zelda Switch Lite OLEDs from last gen.
Yeah, there's probably a handful of those out there in the world.
Yeah. I have the Tears of the Kingdom Switch. You can kind of see it behind me. My new setup kind of makes it so you can't see it too well, but got that one back there. I don't have any other. My Wii U is not Zelda, and I don't have any other consoles. So I don't know, man. I really want the consoles. but like honestly, I think what it looks like is gonna make a big difference. If it's very subtle, if Nintendo goes subtle, I don't know if it's just like the OLED was, where it's just like gold and just has a little bit of coloration, not in color, just like graphics in the back. I might be skipping it, but I saw a render that would like blew my mind. Now they usually do. People have way better ideas of what
I've
Nintendo
seen a few
going
renders.
with.
Which one?
I've
seen some that are awful.
The main one that I saw that I was like, that makes my panties wet.
The green one? Was it the green
one?
The
one with the green highlights on the edges of the Joy-Cons, like where you got the blue and the color. Now mine are of course clear, but the ones that have the green where the magnets attached to the Switch, and then the green on the inside.
Okay, you're talking about that one with it's got the shield on one side and the sword on the other.
I don't remember which one I saw. I don't. I just remember the color. I just remember the color, and I was like,
it's like black and it has the green on the inside.
Yeah,
that's awful. That is so awful.
I don't know if the one I saw is one you saw, but I don't remember a sword or a sword or a shield. But anyway, like the green, the Kelly green of like that Ocarina of Time green and his tune. That's what I want on my Switch. I want it to be like colorful. I don't want this like black Switch bullshit. I want colorful.
This it? I just put a link in the. Is that it?
Let me see.
I hope that's not it because I hate that one.
That might be a variation of what I saw, but I wasn't even focused on. Let me show the people what you're showing me here real quick. Boop. Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, this thing. I don't want this. This is not what I want. And of course, Nintendo's not going to make this either. They're not making this.
No,
but
that's tacky,
I really want you to focus on
this one. Oh, this one.
I want you to focus on the green highlight is what I'm talking about. And then that would be freaking sick, man.
Let me see if I can find a higher quality picture of this one, because this is the one I saw that I was like, yes, give me that.
Yeah. It's all hypothetical. Hypothetical. Of course, we don't know if or when that's ever coming out. Honestly, if I was a betting man, I'd say this is not coming out. But it would make sense if they're, and now someone mentioned earlier, like the EU, they have to make a revision, right? There has to be a revision with the EU Switch 2 by 2027. Yeah. This would not coincide. They're not going to already have done a revision. No. There's no way. I just think this is going to be the Switch as we know it right now, but just a different color with that. And by the way, I don't think the game's playing with the Switch 2. It's not going to happen. That's another way they could
out. I don't know, man. They did it with Pokemon. They did it with Mario Kart. I checked that one out. I just sent you. That one I like.
But they're in a mode right now where they're just finding ways to save money. This is a very low quality photo.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't find a better one. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I'll show you people
the one.
Anyway.
Here we go.
I don't really want
low quality.
It's not terrible. I don't hate this one.
I like the green, the dark green. I like that. I'd be okay with that one. I'd buy that.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I'm just interested to see if it's real, because this is not part of the. If you guys are wondering, this is not part of the Nate the Hate League.
No,
this is not that. This is a separate thing. So like this, we are not taking this to the bank. This could be bullshit. The fact that the game's coming, I'm pretty much like, I'm on board with that. I kind of figured it was coming anyway. I haven't really lost hope in it. It just seems like the right time to do something like that. It really, really does. So I don't know. I'm pumped for it to come. If this happens, I will find any way to justify buying it, probably, unfortunately.
I mean, I'm going to find a way. I mean, it's going to be tough. We're moving out soon and money's going to be tight, but man, I got to find a way. Because if they do it, it's probably going to be awesome and it's going to be cool. And I already have two. Like, I mean, I already don't share. We already have our own Switches as it is. So we could afford to sell one. And they're both customized. Hers is pink, though. It's going to be hard to sell because it's pink. Mine is the clear one. I'd be totally willing to sell this off especially if I can get more money for the clear. Someone's like, ooh, I like the clear. I like what you did there.
About to be clear too.
I'll give you a couple extra monies.
Smoke.
I didn't like the smoke. I was like, I want to go clear. I want crystal clear.
I'm going smoke. I have the back shell already here. I just got a message this morning that told me that the Joy-Cons are being sent to change those over. Once those get here, I'm gonna sit down here and do the entire thing.
Joey Pitts mentioned something earlier, and I want to talk about this now. Let's answer this question next. How much faith do you guys have in the remake coming in 2026? If so, I'll hold off playing Ocarina of Time for the first time. Now, you mentioned earlier that I think you said that you haven't played Ocarina this whole time because I think you said because of the controls. Maybe I'm completely making that up. But that's what I will say.
That's why you don't like it. Yeah,
that's
right?
That's what I would say. Yeah, and a lot of people, Drip. Those, unless you played the game growing up, you cannot play that game. Doesn't hold up anymore. It doesn't.
The controls are hard to get your head wrapped around, especially if you're used to like modern 2-stick controls. It is a pain in the ass.
Can I just say too, by the way, Drip, can I just say modern 2-stick controls is almost like slander from you people who are like purists of the 90s, late 90s games.
Hey,
listen
I can
listen
jump
to
right
me.
back
I'm
on
not
it.
done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm just saying 2-stick modern controls, quote unquote, is like 2.5 decades old.
Oh yeah, you can't. Whatever.
It's 2.5 like Halo came out. Halo came out now.
Yeah, you know what?
2.5 decades ago.
Yeah, you know, back in my day, we only had one stick, and we had to walk both ways to school uphill to get that stick. Okay, we only had one stick on our controller, and we played Zelda just fine with one stick. You know, we did it just fine. So you kids these days, you know, you have it easy. Your 2 sticks and your 4 shoulder buttons. I mean, my God, they might as well play the game for you. Jeez. No, yeah. I get it. The Z target thing was huge though. When you could when your camera got wonky, the biggest thing you did, and I did it in Wind Waker, I did it in Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time. That little back button Z target, whatever you could find, it always just popped you right back behind. You just had to keep doing that. Just keep Z targeting to make sure you're going where you got to go. And that's a pain in the ass for a lot of people to deal with. I get it. If we can get this game at 4K looking, I mean, I don't want to go with how it's going to look. I don't even want to put any type of like
expectation on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to put any expectations on it because they could go in a direction of an art style that's like completely the opposite of what we would think. You know what I mean?
I have 2 in mind. I'm not putting expectations on it, but I have ideas. First idea, and they both I've seen online people do their own versions of, the people who are super creative like that and spend the time and remake these games themselves. The I'll just say the general Unreal Engine version that we've all seen.
Yeah.
Like, the one that's in the right now, the thumbnail of this very video.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, it won't be that. It will not look like that. I can almost guarantee you they're not going to go for realism.
I have another idea that, again, not original. I've seen this online before. That I just had the name and I lost it. Those movies, that movie genre people like, Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Studio
Ghibli. The slow frame rate anime looking,
intentionally slow frame rate.
If that is it, I am fucking pumped. I'm sorry. You frame rate purists out there, like whatever it is, I don't give a shit. Like, it does. It looks so good. It looks so good. Those little shorts that they've made of like the game like that in that Ghibli style, it's fucking amazing. It's so good. And this would fit it just so perfect. That's my hope, honestly. If I'm being honest, that's what I hope. I want that.
I would like that too. I would
take a realistic, like, you know, super, you know, awesome, like lighting and this and that. Like, you could still do awesome lighting in a situation like that where you're doing more of a simple art. So I don't know. I don't want to put any expectations on what they're going to do. I just want them to do it right. And it sounds like that's what they're doing. So, you know, at this point, you know, charge me $600 for a Switch 2. I don't care. Just give me a remake of a game that's 30 years old, please.
Yeah, it's there's not a lot they could do that would make me upset, except for not changing controls. But if they're doing a full remake, they're changing the controls.
We'll have
it's necessary. The game, it doesn't hold up anymore. The game does not hold up. Only the purists who've played the game originally, who never grew up, say that it is the way it is and it should never be changed because it's perfect. And you're wrong. It's bad. The controls are bad. Have I triggered you yet? Hopefully I have. That's my intention. Yeah, but no, I do want to play the game. To be honest, I've never beat the game myself because I can't get past the controls. When I go to play it, I'm like, I just can't do this. It's just I'm not a baby gamer. I'm not bad at video games. I've gotten all the slander thrown my way. It's none of those things. It's because they suck.
I pulled this out of the closet, charged it because I was gonna play it.
And now you're holding off.
I'm holding off. Put it back.
And you should too, Joey. I recommend you holding off because I don't think you're gonna like that controls either. It's especially because you already played Breath of the Wild, and when you go back to that old control scheme,
depending on your age, like there's a hard cutoff for controls like that. There really is.
I am old enough to play Ocarina of Time, Drip. I'm not too young for it.
No.
I would have been a very young lad, but I'm not. People, you got to remember when the game came out.
How old were you in 1998?
Listen, when back then, especially when games came out, people weren't playing them when they came out. Most people played them years after they came out. That Ocarina of Time was relevant for like 6 years after it came out. Like, so between 1998 when it came out and like 2004, I was in prime age of playing Ocarina of Time. Not when it released in 1998, I would have been 4. That's too young. But again, people didn't get consoles for 2, 3, 4 years until after the console was already released for various reasons, mainly price decreases. So, I mean, I was playing Nintendo 64 all the time when I was a kid, years after it came out. You know what I mean? And it was still like, consoles lasted years. The kids these days, Trip. The kids these days, a new song comes out and in 2 months it's old. Like back in my day, a console came out and it was like still hot 5 years after it came out. It's like, and then basically until the
new one came out.
Until the new one came out, it was like it could have been the day before the new one came out, and people were still buying the old console. People were buying the old console when the new console came out back then. Because people didn't care about they didn't care about the latest and greatest console. They cared about the games that they were playing. That was the focus. Nowadays, people are too focused on my PS5 is better than your Xbox or your Switch, or my Xbox is better than your Switch or PS5. That's what people care about now. They care about games. They play Call of Duty and brain rot on their phone. That's what people nowadays do. Us cultured people, Drip, respect good games, not just shit. Let me drink my beer. My beero from the good old lad from across the pond.
Okay, so, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I believe this is as basically fact at this point. I know it's not. I understand that it's not. But the Star Fox stuff, the Zelda stuff, I mean, I'm just waiting. Also, just to put a bow on the rest of this really quick, if you're hoping for a April Direct, you should probably, you should probably table those expectations a little bit. Maybe shelf that, because it looks like at this point the Direct is going to be in June. Now that doesn't mean this Star Fox doesn't get announced, because we see what they're doing. They're doing the Nintendo app and Twitter, and who gives a fuck, man? I'm fine with that. Like, I want a Direct, but like, I like the Directs because of what they are. I like the fact that we all come together to watch it and then we get to talk about it. It doesn't mean they're going away, but like, if they want to do less every year, 2, you've said this several times. Give me 2 big ones. Give me 2 big ones. If that's what we're doing, hell yeah. Like, just throw this stuff out there. Agreed. But it looks like June is when we're going to get this next one, which I'm fine with at this point, especially if you're going to tell me sometime in April, they're going to tell me about a Star Fox game that might be coming out in May or June. Like, absolutely. I can wait. That's it. Give me that.
Absolutely. Drip, I think this runs course today. Thanks for another good show. We're going to do a quick little after show for the people in the YouTube live stream, but for the rest of you guys watching on YouTube and those of you listening on audio feed, we appreciate you guys for listening and check this one out this week. And we're going to see you guys next week. Nintendo, every single show. Legend of Zelda, she blesses flow.